Hey everybody, welcome back to WASD20. My name is Nate. Today I've got a review for you. This is the Dragon Sheath from Dogmite Games. This is sort of a multi-purpose gaming case. There are lots of different options, and this is just one of many, so we're going to be taking a closer look at this today. Dogmite is a Michigan-based company that specializes in woodcraft gaming products, and in their own words, I will read, "We are a small group of lumberjacks that are devoted to ensuring that every one of our customers is filled with joyous celebration. When you open your item for the first time, don't be surprised if you experience one of the following: prolonged speechlessness, immediate unexpected bowel movements, or bleeding eyeballs." So, let's take a closer look at the Dragon Sheath here and see if it holds up to this lofty statement. So here you have it. This is the Dragon Sheath up close and personal. Now I should disclose that they sent this product to me free of charge, though I am not receiving any other compensation from them. First we're going to take a look at the exterior of it here, and then we'll talk a little more detail about the interior. But the exterior here, this is one of 40 different sculpts that they have for the top, and you can also get one on the bottom. You can have it two-sided. I guess one wouldn't necessarily be the top or bottom, but this one right here is called Arcane Circle, and there's a ton of other ones. There's, you know, all kinds of medieval fantasy style weapons and you know, symbols, and there's dice, and there's a little more like sci-fi flavored ones, and there's just all kinds of cool gamer nerdy sculpts that you can choose from, and you could choose one for each side if you wanted to, which I think is pretty awesome. The finish on this one, this is called Ruby, and as you can see, it's just this gorgeous purple. It was really shocking when I opened it up, like, whoa, this is cool. So it's kind of got this reddish purplish feel to it. I really like it, especially I think it fits well with this Arcane Circle here. Yeah, it's got these kind of rough runes here, and then yeah, the Arcane Circle in the middle. I think it looks really great with that color. I think that was a good choice on their part. I did not specifically request any one. I just said, hey, you want to send me a product for review? That'd be great, and they did. This is the one they sent me. So yeah, I really dig it. I really like it. So the exterior overall, really fine craftsmanship. It's really nice and smooth. There's no risk of getting splinters anywhere on this thing. I will say that the middle right here is a little bit rough in between some of these. Doesn't seem like it was sanded super well, and I don't know anything about woodworking, so I don't know how easy or hard that would be. But the pictures on the website, for the most part, it looked like a lot of them were a little smoother and finer in some of the nooks and crannies there. Again, that would probably be pretty hard to do, and this took somebody a ton of work, clearly. Really well done. So yeah, exterior, really nice looking. The interior, we get to more of the functionality of the case. It also varies. There's not 40 different options for the interior necessarily, but there are quite a few. And this one happens to be dice case. You can see the magnets here are drawing this thing like it's hard to... Oh, there it goes again. You can't really set them side by side very well. Get it a little bit close, and then there it is. So they're strong magnets. Yeah, so it's got 4 magnets, speaking of those, and you can see they snap together real well. Like, this thing is not going to come apart. You can see it'll even lift up at some point here. Oh, there it goes. Yep, so it snaps together. Keep your fingers out of the way, because these are some strong magnets. The easiest way I've found to get it open is you can pull it up like that, but especially if you don't have a very big miniature in there, sometimes it's, I don't know, that might be damaging to the miniature. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get open, honestly. But that's a good thing that, you know, it tells you this thing is going to travel well without opening in your bag. So the one that I have here does have space for your dice as well as a miniature. And I could take this foam insert out here. There's one on each side there. And I could fit another set of dice in there. It fits pretty tight, but I can fit one more set of dice. So I've got 2 sets of dice here, and you could fit in an additional one there. I really like having space for 2 sets of dice, because that's what I usually game with, at least 2. Because, you know, I need my 2 D20s for D&D, rolling with advantage. Sometimes it's just nice to have, you know, sometimes I'm rolling 4d6 for something, so then I want, you know, I just want to have more than one set for a little less rolling. And yeah, so overall, really nice. The miniature does fit in here pretty tight, depending on what you got there. Like you can see this one here. yeah, it's just barely fitting there with the span of his swords, but that's a little unusual. Most of them are going to fit just fine. The only thing I did notice is that if you have a miniature that has a base that's bigger than 1 inch, that can be a problem. So, for example, my orc here had a hard time fitting. It doesn't close at all because his base is bigger than 1 inch. And I do have some others too, like this one right here. This is a plastic base. I think this is 1 1/4 inch or something like that. And so that one's not going to fit very well. The thing just doesn't close. So that's something to be aware of. But most bases are 1 inch standard and are going to fit just fine. So yeah, this one too. Oh, that one's a little tall. Yep. So that sword, it would not close all the way there because of that sword. So, yeah, it's not perfect for all miniatures, but for most, we'll say it is good enough. And the dice in here, yeah, they're going to rattle around a little. There's no foam for that, but that's fine. It carries them really well. Again, the magnets are very strong. And, yeah, I really like the option of having a way to carry a miniature, because my option in the past was to bring my dice bag here, my handy dice bag, and then take a miniature and just, like, wrap it up in a napkin or a tissue or something like that and stick it in my messenger bag and off I go. But this is a much better way, so I really appreciate that. Some of the other options for the interior of the Dragon Sheath, they did have options that had 3 compartments here. They had some that had holes for each dice and then a slot for pens or pencils there on the side. I thought that was kind of cool as well. There's some that are just wide open. You can put whatever you want in it, just one big chamber. And that's cool too. So there's just a lot of different options. I'll put a screenshot up here of some of the different options that they have. I also do have this right here, which doesn't only have the Dragon Sheath, but you can see this one here has the dice and pens. Kind of hard to see there, but yeah, some of the other fine products from Dogmite Games also here. Oh, here's some Dragon Sheaths. So yeah, I can see some of the cool patterns on those. Yeah, lots of different options. Now, in terms of price for these is anywhere from $45-ish up to, I think, $130-ish. So it widely varies, but they're not cheap. But when you consider the amount of work that it took to get this finish, this sculpt here by hand, like, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of time. And this one right here, I think, is kind of middle of the road. I think I looked it up and it would cost about $85. So you certainly can get some for much cheaper. It's the finish that pushed this one up a notch, actually, this ruby finish. But yeah, when you consider the amount of work that it put in here, if you want something that's really finely handcrafted like this, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better deal than that. So yeah, it's not cheap, it's far from a necessity, but it is a really nice thing to have. Overall, I say this is getting a very good rating for me. I do recommend them. It's not as sophisticated in its look as something like, you know, a Wormwood product, for example. Yeah, there's something, you know, a little, it's a different level, maybe a different style, something like a Wormwood. But I will say that it's still a very fine product. Or even this dice case right here, the Ultimate Dice Case from Woodcraft by Benjamin. You know, it's a little more sophisticated, but these things, these are just cool. I mean, you got to give it up. These guys are making some awesome products, and they seem like really cool guys. So, go to dogmite.com if you want to learn more about their fine products. This is just one of many of them. I will also say that this thing was originally a Kickstarter a year or two ago, and if you got in on that Kickstarter, man, you got a better deal. I think the prices now are about double what they were on the Kickstarter. They've slowly gone up over time. I might be wrong on that, but they do seem like they were a lot cheaper when you got in on the Kickstarter. Still, it's a product that I recommend. I think it would make a great gift for the gamer in your life. And yeah, if you have one, what do you think? Do you like it? I'd love to hear from you. If you have any other comments or questions, leave those down below. But yeah, this is the Dragon Sheath, guys. All right, everybody take care. You'll see me again very soon.